I can tell already this is going to be a wonderful Techie Tuesday. Um, I don't often veer from my schedule, but I definitely swerved a little this week. So on Sunday, I did a little card class at Persimmon Hollow Brewing in Port Orange, and it was delightful. There were 7 of us. We had a great time, made 84 cards. And then on the table was a little sign that said 2 for Tuesday. Like if you got 2 beers, then you got a free pizza on Tuesday. Well, I mean, you could, bring a friend and each have a beer and split a 10-inch pizza. I mean, how could you go wrong? So I thought, well, I can't do that with something like card class, which is next week. So I decided, it's Techie Tuesday on Tuesday. I'm just going to throw it up there for Tuesday and I'll do a live at noon. Of course, people came home for lunch. And anyway, excuse me for being late. I'm so sorry. Those of you that thought you could just miss all the announcements and hop on 15 minutes late, sorry. I'm going to go really quick through these and we still will get off in time, I promise. So there will be an in the feed drawing today. If we have anyone that hangs out with us live, it's great because you guys can ask questions, especially with the digital. But I know a lot of you watch this after the fact on my YouTube because it is in a Techie Tuesday playlist, and maybe you pick up a tip or a trick, or so I appreciate that. Sizzling Summer Crop, I do have a waiting list. I've had a couple people reach out and ask if I still have room. I am full. We are to the max. But still reach out if you want me to put you on the waiting list, and especially if you can come at last minute, because it never fails. The week of, I usually get some cancellations. So next week, I might get some people drop out, and then you can slide right in. There is a virtual crop going on right now. And as I usually do, the Techie Tuesdays end up, or, one of my Tuesday lives, now that they extend it through Tuesday at midnight to turn in your pages, one of my Tuesday lives kind of ends up overlapping with the virtual crop in the month. And it's great because a lot of times the weekends are busy and you don't have time. So you can do a page maybe tonight and you'll still get it in time. When you post it, do hashtag Daytona area scrapbooking, and then you'll be entered to win CM credits from me. So right now, if I'm not mistaken, there's 2 of you, Katie and Casey, who have submitted pages for that. So if you happen to watch this and you submitted pages, either tag me or take a screenshot and text me so I can see it. But those are the 2 that I saw who have submitted pages. So congratulations to you 2. And I will do that drawing next Tuesday. So tonight, as I said, this was a hard, swerve on my week. I'll be doing Techie Tuesday at Persimmon Hollow Brewing. Now, this is a digital scrapbook event. So you bring your laptop. This isn't paper. They have free Wi-Fi. And then, like I said, they've got the whole pizza special. So it is $10 because I've learned over the past that if you guys don't have money invested, then your pajamas are, win, especially on an evening event. So it's $10, but you'll get that right back. So you choose when you register, Creative Memories, CM credits, or a Y Photo gift certificate, or Forever gift certificate. And then you'll get that money right back. It just helps me plan to know who's really coming. There's a promo happening now. This is a really unique promo where there's 4 different options. So if you spend $150, you get to pick one of these 4 bundles. It's hard to tell that there's 4 bundles, But the one to the far right of your screen is a border punch and it's suitcases. And you can see them all, bigger and better on creativememories.com. Then the second one over from the right is like through the years scrapbook pages. So there's like a Thanksgiving and Easter, Christmas, that kind of thing. So, and then the one third from the right or second from the left has a little arrow punch, and that is like a card, a whole card bundle. And then the first one from the left is one of the smaller happy albums. So it's like six, like basically 7 by 9 type of an album, and it's a really nice size. But the ones that comes with the tools usually go fast, because we all have lots of paper. But so I made sure and ordered yesterday, and for sure got the suitcase border maker punch, and I'm very excited to get that. Hey Jen, glad you made it on. So July 25th is the next card class. Those of you who are on subscription, you don't need to do anything. You're already getting these. Apparently, I was ahead of the game with the whole pocket full of sunshine, because if you remember, like maybe in April, that was part of my design then. And then Creative Memories came out with some of these cute little embellishments, and they had it too. Um, so I was like, man, we've already done a pocket full of sunshine. But you can't have too much sunshine, especially when you're mailing it to your friends. So if you're not signed up for the card class subscription, you can go to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and you will look for the card class, which is next week. It'll redirect you to my shop. And then you'll just purchase the one-off card kit, or you can sign up for the subscription and you can cancel anytime. The price includes shipping, and those will ship out later this week to make it to everybody in time for next Tuesday. Project recipe, we're going to do the fur baby, but as you know, like the pop print punch sold out right away. I mean, I did get one, but many of you didn't. And I never really follow exactly what's on the recipe. I use different pages and punches and papers and punches, I should say. So that will be the project recipe. But you can sign up now on my website at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and register for the event. And then in your confirmation email, you will get a link to a PDF. You can't click it just the way my auto emails go out. You have to copy and paste it into your browser, but then you'll get the PDF and you can follow along on August 1st. And then, of course, Scrapapalooza is coming in August. Some of you signed up so early. I'm getting people signing up again. So if you're unsure, you can always log into DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. You can log into your account and you can see what events you're signed up for. Or you can text me or message me and I will let you know. But hopefully we will have another full house for Scrapapalooza. August, let's talk about it. There's 5 Tuesdays in August. That means one of them is a let's talk about it. And Crystal will be my special guest this month. And she will have lots to talk about with us. Those of you looking for a side hustle, at the beginning of the year, I offered a little incentive if anyone wanted to have coffee and ask questions about the Creative Memories Advisor Career Opportunity. So anyone who meets with me in July and August can purchase the Iron Gate border maker for just $10. So if you're interested, just reach out. Oh, I should say, as far as that goes, I realized yesterday I saw the date. It was July 17th. That is when I first signed up with Creative Memories 23 years ago, yesterday. I can't believe it. So time flies when you're having fun, and you all make it fun. Hi, Casey. So many thanks if you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. Many of you watching Techie Tuesdays. That's how you found me, is through YouTube. So I appreciate all of you. And then as a reminder, you have to comment and like, and then the bots will find you and enter you into the giveaway for the live. Right now, it's a head-to-head between Jen and Casey. Friends. And so we'll see who our lucky winner is in a little bit. All right, so it is Techie Tuesday two times Techie Tuesday, because I have a live right now, and then we will be hanging out at Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company in Port Orange tonight at starting around 6. I'm going to get there a little early, but the 2 for Tuesday deal goes from 6 to 8. So anyway, if you are watching this, I know, see, I had to push the live so I could be there tonight. Because I don't think I can go live from Persimmon Hollow. We'll see. Maybe in the future I can do both. But yeah, I'm just gonna be relaxing and scrapping with at least Casey, but maybe if anyone else is available, then you can join us. We're gonna have pizza. All right, so let me see the best way to do this. Can you see all that? I'm gonna try it a couple of different ways to see the best way. If I do the entire screen, it's hard for me to see what you all see. Sorry, hold please. It's probably about the same, right? As far as largeness and clarity. Let's see, I can move this up to the top here. Well, I guess I can go. I want to make sure that I guess I can go full screen. All right. So I'm still working in our family album from 2013. Now, many of you know I kind of jump around a little bit. Normally I'm working on retreat things during project recipes. So I have paper and digital projects going on all the time. And oh boy, projects going on. I have to have my phone up. I have to have my phone up so I can see comments. All right. So I do paper and digital. I'm bisexual, I like to call it. And let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is change my view to a 2-page spread. I prefer 2 separate but trim pages. And if you haven't played with that, you go up to the ribbon at the top of the screen to view, and then you can click on spreads. If you do 2 bound pages, if you haven't published a lot, bound pages is nice because see how the pages overlap. So you can still switch back and forth, but about a 1/2 inch toward the middle where the books are bound, there's an overlap. And so that way you can make sure that things are out of that gutter. I like 2 separate trim pages because I printed enough digital things where I just know inherently to stay away from that middle spot. And when you look at the preview, when you're making your pages, like when you're purchasing your book, it does show that gutter. And so you can see if something's cut off then. You could also at the end go back and change your spread to the bound pages and look at it overlap just to make sure. But the more you do of the digital scrapbooking, the better you are at seeing that kind of thing. Oh, that's why I like to go full screen, because then I think you can see. Yeah, then you can see all the little things that I'm pulling up. All right, so what I wanted to do was pull up, because there's a virtual crop going on. And when there's a virtual crop, I like to use a spread from the virtual crop. Okay, so here's the spread that I'm going to be doing. And so it's got like you cut 2 pieces of paper in paper world, 4 inches. And then, so that 12 by 12 is kind of in the middle. You can see the white is like and then the other page is kind of spread across the side. So for us to do that in the paper world, I'm just going to do insert a shape, a rectangle, and I can just dial in right from the get-go 4 by 12. And so now I have a 4 by 12 little sheet of paper. And then I don't need a border on it. So I'm going to say none. And then I'll just position that over here. And then I just need to hit the create button. Let's not forget that. Now my design is kind of stuck underneath, so I can kind of boop, throw it up on top. And then I basically need another one of these. So I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to click over here onto the right page. I'm going to hit save, and then paste. And that's going to go over here. Now that's kind of a different color, right? Because really this whole page over here is going to match the little strip on the left. So let me change this background. I'm going to click on the background and it's highlighted on the left side of my screen. And then up on this little mini menu, there's a fill button and it just has a white square. Well, that's because the background is white. I'm going to click solid color and I'm going to sample this. Now it looks like that little 4-inch strip went away, but now it's the whole background and I can come back to that little 4-inch strip and make it white. Now, I'm not going to keep it these colors, right? These are just for me to know, like it's a paint by number. Then I know, oh, right, that's going to be the same color paper as this. And then the 2 outside pieces are going to be the same. Now, essentially, this page is done. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't really need to like put in a fakey border on the bottom. Like you can see what's happening here on the bottom of this page. You've got layered borders down here. There's, 2 layer borders here. And then you've got a matted picture on each side. I just flopped that over to the other side. There's one matted photo over here, one matted photo over here. They're kind of, at an angle, and then 4 4x6s in the central. Okay, so I'm looking for 2, 4, 6 pictures. However, when I'm scrapbooking, so I'm just going to kind of delete this. And it's over here in my photos if I need to have it as a reference. But I think I'm good to go. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? I have pictures from a balloon festival in New Smyrna Beach. Now, I did this page, Scrapbook Fiesta, and we went to, this was a scrapbook retreat at Atlantic Center for the Arts, and we went to this hot air balloon festival during the retreat. It just happened to be in town in New Smyrna Beach, and we were like, oh, let's go check it out. So I have like 18 pictures here. Some of them are similar, like landscape, portrait, but I definitely have more than 6 pictures. So I'm going to insert the 6 pictures first, and then I'm going to show you, and I've showed you in the past, how to kind of double them. All right. So here's an empty frame. It's going to start as a square. I'm actually going to, the height is 4. I'm going to switch it to a 4x6. And then I can just copy and paste it. And then I can, holding the shift key with one still selected, I'm going to select the other one. So now they're both selected. And now I can copy. I'm going to save it. I'm going to have a sip of water. Oh, excuse me. And now I'm going to hop over to the right page and paste. And so now here's the other ones. And now I'm going to add another empty frame. And here it is in the middle. That one is a 4x6 portrait. And if you remember, that one is kind of like at an angle. I mean, if you don't want to do that, again, you don't need to. The undo button is great if you decide to decide against it. So I'm going to copy that one and come back over here and paste it. Oops, I still have the other ones. Come back. Copy. I guess I copied in my mind. Paste. All right. So basically that's it. And I'm just going to add the borders. But I'm told you I'm going to show you how to make these into 2. Now you can do it. These are 4x6, right? So what's half of 6? 3. So up at the top of my screen here in the little mini menu by the W, which is width, I'm going to change that to 3. And then hit enter. And now it's that size. And now I can copy it and paste it. Now that works with this picture below if they're sitting right next to each other. But of course we want a little bit of space. So I'm just going to kind of nudge them both over a little bit so that there's some space going in there. And friends, if you hopped on late, Scrappy friends, don't forget to say hi in the chat so that the little bot enters you into the drawing for $10 in Scrappy money to spend. Okay. So width, we're going to change that to 3. Hit our enter button. And then I'm going to copy this and paste and nudge it. Nudge. Nudge. Now, something like this tends to irritate me. So because I did that, I've got the seam of the paper right down the middle. So what I'm going to do, since I can, is make this white piece a little bigger, like a 1/2 inch bigger. And then I can make this blue piece a little bit bigger. I don't want to go too big because then I'll mess up the line over here. But just hopefully things like that tend to bug me. All right, so now I've just duplicated myself. I got 2, 4, 6, 8 pictures, and I'm gonna do the same thing over here to one of these. So I'm gonna make this into also 2. Okay. And I can still drop the same. I guess I need to do what I did before and kind of shrink these up. I can still put one big mat around the back of these 2, and then this one. So now I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 9 pictures, and now I can start dropping things in. So I do have some fun. I have that fun plain picture, which I like, but I've got this one. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just looking at what pictures I have over here on the side, and I'm going to swap this big one, this full-size one, for these little guys. Oops. And I'm going to do the same thing over on the other side. I'm going to swap them because I'm looking at the photos I have, and I have this picture of a plane with all of the balloons like in the air. And so I kind of want that to be the last picture of the 2-page spread. So here's the plane, and then there's the pictures. And you notice I haven't dropped in these papers yet. Well, there's a lot of colors going on in the balloon. So, and you don't forget to switch your page. I keep jumping back and forth. So here's a nice big picture of, well, actually maybe I want this one. And I'll do this one over here. Lots of bright colors when we're talking about balloons. And then over here, I've kind of got them going up. Now I could just use the same like fiesta type of thing that was on the page before, because I don't know, I kind of not sure I want the people in that. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with these pictures? Well, there are no pictures of scrappy ladies. So if I don't journal this and say that we did this little excursion on a retreat, no one would ever know. I mean, I probably took this on my iPhone. Why isn't there a selfie? Is this before selfies were as prevalent as they are? I mean, I'm all about a selfie now, but apparently so there are no people in this picture. That's what's wrong. I mean, there are people, but I don't know them. They're the people that are, they're taking pictures. Oh wait, maybe that is Bev. But there's no there were several of us that went from the retreat, but you wouldn't know. So don't forget to take a picture of yourself, ladies. Otherwise, you have an album that you're not in. All right, so now let's hop over to the content, which is scary. And if you've watched me before, you know what a content collector I am. I am going to start with the little fiesta. Ugh, I couldn't remember what the heck it was called last time. Was it Viva La Fiesta or something? Yeah, no, that's Viva Las Vegas. Oh, it was the Mexico. See, this is the problem. I have so many, I have so many kits that it just is ridiculous. All right, so that's not going to work. I like the colors. I like the green. I like the red, but it's chili pepper. So I don't think that's going to work. So what I'm going to do is go to Totally Tonal. And I have a Totally Tonal, but as Creative Memories comes out with more and more Totally Tonal kits, I just keep adding them to the same digital kit. You could do that. You don't have to put them in their own kit every time. So I have this great collection of papers in here of all different colors. I'm already liking this green. It says green with arrows. I don't know what that means. This terrazzo could be good. I'm picking up just this one little green stripe. Isn't that funny? But my eye is drawn to it. And of course, red. I like this red too. And the other page was kind of green and red. I'm just flying through here to see what all is down here. And I'm also trying to watch the time, because I promised not to go over even though I started late. Okay, so I like this ombre red. So I'm going to try this. It's the whole background, even though it looks like it's only this piece. I'm going to go ahead and fill the selected shape. Just right click on the paper. It is a whole background. I could also have right clicked on it and said set as the background. Now I got to come over here because it's got to match this little piece. And I'm going to say fill selected shape. And that, since there's no difference left to right center, I'm just going to pick that. And now I have my page. Then I can come up here, maybe pick something that's a little, I don't know that I like the white, but maybe something that's really lighter. Let's see. I can also turn down the opacity. Do you say opacity or opacity? Which do you say? Is that like tomato, tomato? There's some pretty blues up at the top that are kind of gray, although I've used them a lot. That shouldn't really matter. Some of them on the little preview, you can't tell. Like this has polka dots. Let's try it. Let's try it. There's no real, there's not, well, I guess there's as much blue in that one as there is green. I don't know. What do you guys think? An orange? Maybe a light orange. There's a lot of orange in that checkered one. You're like, just pick up. So here lies the danger of digital. You have we all have a million pieces of regular paper if you're a traditional paper scrapbooker, but you got to find it. You got to dig through stuff. It's kind of when it's just at your fingertips, you can get caught. I'm just going to try this one, and I might go back and change that one. What do you think? Is that crosshatch a little too much? They're like, just pick a paper. I kind of like that one. It's darker than I thought I was going to want, but I like it. And now I can add a white mat around here. So 2 ways to add a mat. I know. Well, Jen, that's why you have to be bisexual. You don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. All right, so now I'm going to show you 2 different ways to add a mat. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm going to come up to my top ribbon under photo, and under the photo ribbon is a mat, and it's dialed in to 2.7 white, and nearly all, most of the time, I'm just perfectly happy with that. There it is. Now, this all looks a little flat to me. So before I hop over to this page, I'm going to click on all of these and then go up to format ribbon and say light. I'm going to give everything a light shadow just so that it lifts off the page a little bit and looks like a regular, picture. And then I'm going to select all of these and do the same thing. And then I'm going to add another piece of paper. You could do a photo too, but since I'll teach you another way to add something. So up at the top, I want to add a mat that goes around these two so that it matches this matted photo on the left side. So I'm going to come up here to insert, and then I'm going to go to shape. And even though it looks like a paw print, some people don't tap on that because they think, oh, I don't want that kind of shape. I just want a standard shape. So if you click on it, then you get a choice for ellipse or rectangle. So I'm going to say rectangle, and it doesn't have to be even the right size. You'll see. You just need to create it. So you can go ahead, and I'm going to make it white right over here while I'm over here. Why not? I'm going to make it white, and then I'm going to get rid of this outline. Now it's on top of my photos. I created it. And now, well, hi, Julie. I'm going to drag it all the way to the bottom of my photos. And then, oh, thanks. And thanks for saying hi. Now I'm going to dial this in so that it matches the other side. And I'm going to move this one up. Okay, now I'm going to save it. I still have to find some borders. Luckily, I just come up here where the little butterfly is and click on it. And now it's going to show me all my totally tonal embellishments. And what I was about to say was luckily, the totally tonal embellishments, there's a bunch of long ones. And remember our original idea, or, you know, we're from the CM Virtual page, is to have 2 stacked borders on the bottom. So let's see, what is this? That's kind of notebook pages. I don't want that. I was drawn to it because it was white, but you know, with digital, you can recolor, you can make anything, any color. So here's a little orange diamond. I think there's a lot of black, and I see this border here. It's purple, but that's okay. I'm just going to come down. So many. I mean, this is kind of the danger of putting all your totally tonals together, is so many tonals. Oh, maybe I can get the green in. Okay, that's a vine. Those are diamonds. If you hover over them, it'll show you a little bit bigger preview. I don't know what that is. Scallop. Maybe. I see how I'm just throwing it on the page, and then I can come back to it. I don't want any tan. And like I said, you don't have to be married to the color. Oh, here's some black. Oh, you see now that I saw it, that photo turn yellow, which meant it was going to go there. So just make sure you don't plop it into a photo. I don't like the dots. All right, I think I have enough to work with here. So I'm going to make this one all black. So right now you can see it's green, and you're like, you picked it because you were going to match the green. I know, I can't explain it myself sometimes. All right, so now I just made it all black. I'm going to get rid of this one. Goodbye. I'm going to turn this one sideways. Now the spirit of the original design was a thick border and a thin border. Well, welcome, Susan. Sorry, this is a surprise. It's supposed to be at 7, but I pivoted to Persimmon Hollow for like a pop-up in-person digital scrapbooking night. So I didn't want to miss out on a, okay, see what's happening here? This is so long that it's trying to straddle between both pages. So I made this thicker. Now I'm going to cut it. Sorry, I like to talk and then not. I'm going to come up to the cut ribbon. I'm going to go with a straight cut, straight edge, and I'm just going to lop this off right off outside the page. And I'm going to say keep both areas. So I'm going to cut, and now it just kind of cut it in half. And then this one, because even though it was over on that left side, it wasn't showing up because it was going under the other page. They're like separate pages. So now I'm going to say cut, and then I'm going to come over here and say paste, and now it's on the right page. And I can kind of line it up so those are together. I'm going to get rid of this zigzaggy one, and now this one's underneath. So come over to your left side, the elements, and kind of drag it to the top. And I don't know if I like those diamonds on here. What do you think? I mean, we've got these squares over here. I feel like I need to pop in a blue or a green or maybe both. What's this? Like a little rickrack? I love a rickrack border. impartial to a rickrack. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you learned something new. I'm just trying to find just a standard old rickrack. That's a ribbon. So many borders. What's this? Ah. Oh, with those things. I don't want that. Well, this one is just a thin. I'm going to make this. I'm going to fill it with solid blue. I'm going to sample from this balloon over here. See how I feel about that. Yikes, that's bright. I'm going to sample from this balloon. A little better. And then I'm going to make this one down here. I'm going to fill that with the green. So I went up to just that little mini fill box, and then I'm going to sample this green over here. I'm going to go a little brighter up here, and let's see how that looks. Looks like a monster teeth. I'm going to make this a little thinner, that blue. Maybe I like it on the bottom. Maybe I don't like this green. Maybe I want two of these. Oops, grabbing the wrong thing. Just the undo button is your friend. I think I want two of these, and I'll just make one green and one red and call it a day. And then it was a recent color, so like I landed on that green that I liked, and then I can, now if I want to stretch this out, I can stretch this out a little bit. If I want to bring it down here so that it goes off the page and it's flat on the bottom, I can do that. I think I kind of like that. But now what I want to do, instead of trying to make the one over on the left page exactly the same, I think I'm just going to, I know I'm going to copy all of these items together. So I'm holding the shift key, I'm selecting all three of them, copy, and then I got to click over here on this page and paste. And now they're all over there. Let me get rid of this one. And line that up. Oh, I dragged it. Where'd you go? Come back, undo. I think I dragged it to the other page. So now the other page has them has two of them. No, I don't know where they went. All right, save. And after this finishes saving, I'm going to drag all these down. This has a lot of colors. Ugh. It stresses me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. After all that. All right. So now I just need a title, and then we'll call it a day. All right. So hot air. Oh, and I think Jen, I was talking about the perfect font, and you that meme that was hysterical about fonts making all the difference. About, I forget what I can't even think of what it was. This one's nice and chunky and bubbly. I think that'll do. I'm going to say hot air in NSB. That is one of the things I love about, you see, I don't like it going over into that orange. I can add a little white, a tiny bit of white around, well, no, that's gonna, what am I thinking? What am I even saying? See, I just want to show you where that is. That white went around the whole text box. I actually don't hate that as an idea, but what I wanted to do was put it around the letters. That's a whole different thing. I'm going to go to format and glow. Oh, is that going to put it around the whole box too? I might have to make them all individual letters. Let's see what happens. Yeah. All right. I need to get rid of this black line. Let me make them white. And now I'm just going to add a heavy shadow to it to kind of bring in the blue. Now I'm going to copy that. And, oh, what do you need to see? Oh, the font meme? Yes. Well, Jen probably has it at the ready. So I'm going to say hot air in NSB. And now I'd like to drop a little margin line here to make sure my things are lined up across the page. I could already tell that those things were not. So the nice thing about working in the 2-page spread is if you drop one of those lines across, you can see it across both pages, and then you can fix it that way. And now I can move this down. And let me check these. Okay, those are the same. Those are now the same. I think maybe I'm changing this to white. I don't know. All right. Did you like it black or white? The nice thing is with that undo button, I can go back. It just feels dark at the bottom, but there is a lot of, I don't know. Now I'll add I think I will add a text box. I won't bore you with all the text. I'll do 2. My go-to for just writing is something like Century Gothic. Of course, because if you do it once, you can come up here. Okay. Now I can change that to white. I'm going to do white text, and I'll copy and add it over here as well. And what else? I could go in and I could add frames to all these. I do feel like I guess I can add some more of these fun little sayings over here. Here I've got, oh, I'm clicked on the wrong page. Now it came over. You can add this little smile sticker down here. Shrink up that. I'm not going to have much to say about it, but let's see if there's one more. The new ones have those little white, the little white sayings like you, what does it say? This was delightful. Oh, that's lovely. Like we used to have the little fridge magnets. So in digital, they can be very big, but when you first plop them onto the page, but then you can resize it to be however. Since I don't know any of these people, I think maybe I'll go down there. And then don't forget to add a light shadow so that everything matches. I tend to not add I don't add what's the word, shadow to text because I find it's hard to read. So that's just me, my personal. All right, I'll add that. And I moved everything. I moved everything down. I'm going to select everything but that bottom border and kind of move things up now a little bit. And you can just lasso everything on the page, but some programs, like you just have to, it helps if you're on the right page, Tara. You have to just touch the item. In CM, you have to have everything in the lasso. And you can see what's highlighted on the left to make sure. All right, so now we're going to call it done. Yes, on a page like this where there's lots of like color in the background, Stacy, I tend to agree. I can also come in here to this photo and do auto fix and see what that one is kind of the darkest one. My eye, that looks a little better. And I just say, okay. That's under the photo menu. You can go to auto fix up here. It's the most leftist button. And the perfectly clear option comes in first. And then there's perfectly clear beautify. You see little previews of it over to the right, and then you can pick the one that you want. Now, oh, I thought that was a black balloon. Apparently, it's not. It's green. Well, now that just changes so many things. Oh, all right. Well, I'm still not in love with this wave at the bottom. I'm not going to lie. So you may see it different, differently published when I throw it out into the virtual crop group. But anyway, we're going to call it done. And hopefully you learned a thing or two or got reminded of something. All right, so let's stop sharing that. And let's come back over here and let's share the giveaway screen. And we'll do our drawing and see, hopefully whoever wins is with us still. Stacy, are you still on? It's 1:10. I went over. Hello, Stacy. Are you there? We were just talking about it. Yay! She and I were just talking about that, about like how rarely do I have to draw again. So that would be really sad if we had just talked about it and you weren't there. All right. Well, you can let me know if you'd like forever gift certificate or CM credits headed your way, and I will send them your way right away. Well, thanks everyone for this sort of hanging out for this impromptu change up of the schedule. And if you are a digital scrapbooker and you're local to Port Orange, then you can grab your laptop and head on down to Persimmon Hollow Brewing in Port Orange. Information is on my website at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. And like I said, it is $10, but you get $10 back either in CM credits, forever gift certificates, or Y photo publishing points. So your pick. And hopefully we'll see you later. Thanks, everyone. Stay scrappy, digital divas. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.